We will now move on to talk about Rangers' next manager. That's not going to be David Gray. Well, maybe it could be. Maybe we should throw that name out there.
Maybe.
But we are wondering about wildcard Rangers' next manager suggestions, and someone whose name has just begun to pop up in the last couple of hours before we started this podcast is Lee Carsley. Gav, talk to me about Lee Carsley.
Yeah, well, I'm just think that I don't know if his name's popped up. I mentioned it to you as a possible. Has anybody else mentioned it? Possibly. Maybe it's not as left field then if you've read it elsewhere. No, I was just thinking Kevin Thelwell, Everton connections, Sean Dyche would be the obvious one, out of work. He was like, he has been linked to the job anyway. But just when you were looking at the Everton connection, I thought, what about Lee Carsley? Possibly England under-21 manager. He obviously that brief spell as caretaker after Gareth Southgate left. I just wondered whether he would maybe tick a few more boxes. Sean Dyche, I don't think Sean Dyche would be the worst. I think a lot of fans, but are just maybe not sure. It's always this kind of long ball tactics that he's labelled with, a bit of a long ball merchant. Lee Carsley's probably the complete opposite. It's someone who seems to be a modern day thinker, good style of play, good record at England under-21s. Obviously was Everton under-21 manager. I was even looking there just at his contract situation. It said before he got that caretaker stint, he was only on 300 grand a year at the FA. They bumped him up slightly when he got that.
Say, only 300 grand? That's like
only. Well, you consider Philip Clement was on about reportedly 2.5 million. It's a big saving. I think it could be. I don't think it would be. It's the most ridiculous shout in the world, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think he's an interesting one, especially given his work with young players. If Rangers are going down more of a sort of sporting director model, that could be an appealing one. Another one that just popped up, and it was actually our colleague and podcasting pal Graham Young who'd thrown his name in, was Kim Hellberg, who is the manager at Hammarby in Sweden. Now, not somebody I knew a great deal about until I read Graham's article. Please go online to the website and read it if you want to know a wee bit more about him. And I just wonder as well, a guy with no real playing career of note, limited managerial experience, I think 55 games or so. By all accounts, he's done a phenomenal job out there. Is that something that could work at Rangers, taking that wild card? And the one that springs into my mind in terms of a wild card type was Andre Villas-Boas. When he first sort of came to the fore, it feels like a gamble. Is it a gamble you could see them taking?
No. Sorry, I was saved by the whistle there.